The fiercest war you'll ever wage is not against foes beyond you. It's against the fearful, impulsive, undisciplined shadow within. This isn't merely a battle. It's a relentless struggle between who you are today and the greatness you're meant to embody. The Stoics understood this conflict deeply, naming it the quest for self-mastery, the fight to conquer self-deception, the art of ruling your own mind. Each morning, a weaker self rises beside the disciplined warrior you aspire to be. One craves ease, one pursues excellence, one makes excuses, one acts decisively, one falters, one stands firm. You must decide today, not tomorrow, not next week, who prevails. This Stoic philosophy demands you rise above emotions, temptations, and weaknesses. You're not here to be governed by fleeting desires or fears, but to transcend them. This path isn't for the timid. It requires shedding self-pity, illusions, and the false belief that time is endless. It's about forging a mind of iron, a spirit unyielding, and a character so steadfast that no force can break it. The Stoics taught that true strength is crafted through adversity, discipline, and unflinching self-scrutiny. If you're ready to silence excuses, to slay the weak version of yourself, to step onto this path, let's begin. Chapter 1. The Death of Excuses. Excuses are the lifeblood of your weaker self. I'll start tomorrow. It's too difficult. I'm not in the mood. These phrases are venom, feeding the part of you that keeps you stuck. Excuses are a plague of the mind, a creeping decay that erodes ambition, discipline, and growth. Each time you entertain one, you let weakness infiltrate your character. They are the shackles of mediocrity, seductive in their comfort, but leading only to regret. The Stoics had no patience for such lies. Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Strength isn't born in comfort. It's forged in moments of defiance, when the easy road beckons, but you turn away." Excuses are illusions, deceptive whispers from your weaker self, convincing you that stagnation is fine. They're lies that chain you to fears, vices, and self-imposed limits. Every excuse you accept is a step backward, a link added to the weight of inertia. The more you delay, the stronger these lies grow, strangling your ambitions. To destroy your weaker self, you must reject excuses with relentless ferocity. Refuse to barter with laziness, dismiss hesitation, and act before doubt takes root. When an excuse emerges, counter it with action. If you think, "I don't feel like it," that's the precise moment to move. Hesitation is weakness knocking. Slam the door shut. Strength grows in those fleeting seconds when you choose action over indecision. If you say, "I'll work out later," drop and do 10 push-ups. If you claim, "I'll start tomorrow," begin now. Every moment wasted strengthens the chains of weakness. Treat excuses as an enemy force and meet them with fierce resolve. Action is the cure for excuses. The Stoics were mental warriors, understanding that discipline isn't a feeling, but a command. A directive you issue to yourself. Obey no matter the circumstances. A true Stoic doesn't wait to feel ready. They do what must be done. Mood be damned. Build a system where action is your reflex. The moment hesitation creeps in, let your body spring into motion. Don't wait for the perfect moment. There is none. The time is now. The weak self lingers. The strong self strikes. Choose action, and you choose strength. Chapter 2. Discipline over motivation. Motivation is a fleeting illusion, unreliable, and inconsistent. It's a deceptive mirage that tricks the weak into believing they need inspiration to act. Like a fair-weather companion, it vanishes when you need it most. The weak self waits for motivation's spark, but the strong self thrives on discipline, a steady, unshakable foundation of effort that persists regardless of feelings. Seneca wrote, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." Preparation is born of discipline, not fleeting bursts of enthusiasm. The disciplined person doesn't rely on emotions to drive action. Whether energized or exhausted, excited or weary, they do what must be done. They understand that emotions are transient, but progress demands consistency. While others pause, hoping for inspiration, the strong self moves forward. Another step, another action, another small victory that builds over time. The weak self whispers, "I'm not feeling it today," seeking excuses to take the easy path. It rationalizes, "You worked hard yesterday, rest now." But the strong self silences this voice with action, declaring, "I don't care how I feel. I act anyway." The world's greatest performers, be it in philosophy, athletics, or business, don't depend on motivation. They live by a code, an internal system of non-negotiable habits. An athlete who trained only when inspired would never excel. A writer waiting for the perfect mood would never finish a book. A Stoic practicing virtue only when convenient would be no better than average. Discipline is a muscle, strengthened through daily effort, deliberate action, and an unwavering commitment to self-mastery. Inconsistency is the enemy of progress. Skip a workout today, and tomorrow's skip comes easier. Allow procrastination now, and it grows into a habit that binds you. The only antidote is to forge unshakable routines. Discipline shouldn't be optional. It must be the bedrock of your existence. When discipline becomes your identity, not a choice, you seize control of your life. The disciplined person doesn't debate whether to train, read, or work. They do it because it's who they are. There's no hesitation, no internal negotiation, only decisive action. A warrior doesn't wait to feel ready before sharpening their skills. They train daily, knowing preparation determines victory. The strongest figures in history didn't wait for motivation to act. They moved forward despite circumstances. Each time you act, without waiting for inspiration, you prove your mind is your servant, not your master. Start with one decision. Act when you don't feel like it. Over time, these choices shape you into someone defined by unwavering discipline, not fleeting whims. Stop chasing motivation. It's the crutch of the weak. Those who wait for perfect conditions sit idle, hoping inspiration will strike. The strong create their own momentum through action. Movement sparks energy. Progress fuels ambition. Forge yourself through discipline, and no obstacle will stand in your way. Establish a daily routine, reading, exercise, goal-focused work that's non-negotiable. When your mind says, "I'm not in the mood," let that be your signal to act immediately. Hesitation is weakness. Crush it with relentless effort. Chapter 3. Hardship is your ally. Weak souls flee from discomfort, shunning struggle to chase ease and pleasure. In doing so, they weaken themselves, growing fragile and unprepared for life's inevitable trials. Strong souls, however, embrace hardship, recognizing it as the only path to true growth. The Stoics viewed adversity not as an enemy, but as a vital teacher. Epictetus declared, "Difficulties are things that show a person what they are." Hardship is the forge where your will is tempered, your resilience built. Every challenge is a test, a chance to cultivate an unshakable spirit. The weak self seeks shortcuts, craving comfort, and convincing you struggle is unnecessary. It whispers that ease is the goal. But the strong self sees pain as transformation, a gift to be wielded, not feared. Each moment of adversity is a stepping stone to a greater self, an opportunity to conquer rather than cower. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is a choice. The weak let pain define them, breaking their spirit and justifying inaction. The strong use pain as a sharpening stone, knowing growth happens when the body aches from effort and the mind is tested by trials. The Stoics didn't merely endure hardship, they sought it. Marcus Aurelius didn't pray for an easier life, he prayed to be stronger. Seneca embraced voluntary discomfort to steel himself against misfortune. Adopt this mindset. See hardship not as a barrier, but as a crucial part of your evolution. True resilience is forged in the fire of struggle, in moments when quitting tempts you, yet you press on. The difference between the weak and the strong isn't talent or luck. It's the ability to suffer well, to welcome pain as preparation for greater battles. Hardship reveals your true character. When life presses down, do you crumble or harden? Do you bow to circumstances or rise above them? The world won't spare you its tests. It cares not for your fatigue, fear, or excuses. It will challenge you in ways you can't predict. The only way to prepare is to deliberately seek struggle before it arrives. Your weak self will urge retreat when things grow tough, whispering that you've done enough, that the pain isn't worth it. Silence that voice with action. Lean into discomfort, knowing it carves the path to an unbreakable mind. Seek resistance, for it shapes you into more than you are. The man who chases comfort never finds greatness. The man who embraces struggle uncovers power he never knew he had. Growth lies in the friction between who you are and who you strive to be. Avoid that friction, and you stagnate. Embrace it, and you evolve, stronger, sharper, more resilient. Greatness isn't born from dodging pain, but from pushing through it, emerging battle-tested and unshaken. Stand firm in adversity's face. Let hardship be your guide, and transform pain into strength. Chapter 4. Mastering your emotions. Weak souls are enslaved by their emotions, letting anger, fear, or anxiety steer their actions. Like ships tossed in a storm, they're swept by every fleeting feeling, reacting impulsively and surrendering control to external forces. Their lack of discipline leaves them erratic, unable to trust their judgment, forever at the mercy of their moods. But the strong soul commands their emotions with unwavering reason. They don't suppress or deny feelings. They govern them with discipline, ensuring emotions serve rather than rule. Emotions are natural, but they aren't commands to be blindly followed. Unchecked, they cloud judgment, leading to choices that spiral into regret. A burst of anger can shatter years of respect. A fear-driven decision can trap you for decades. Anxiety unchecked can paralyze action. The strong self acknowledges emotions, evaluates their worth, and decides with logic, not impulse. They train to stay composed amid chaos, knowing true power begins with mastering the self before tackling the world. When emotions take the helm, control is lost. The weak self reacts without thought. Words spill, regretted later. Choices made in haste lead to ruin. Frustration turns to aggression, fear to paralysis, sadness to self-pity. But the strong self pauses, reflects, and acts with purpose. They are the master, not the servant, of their mind. They stand unshaken in storms that break others, adapting with a steady mind and clear focus. Strength isn't the absence of emotion. It's the ability to harness it without being enslaved. Emotions are signals, not dictators. The strong soul studies their mind like a general, surveys a battlefield, noting impulses, fears, and distractions. When anger flares, they question, is this justified? Will it serve my purpose? If not, they redirect it as fuel for discipline. When fear creeps in, they challenge its validity, demanding proof. Most fears are illusions, shrinking when confronted. When anxiety whispers doubt, they dissect it, discarding what lacks substance. This disciplined approach ensures emotions inform, not control their path. A weak soul lets emotions drive them into chaos, pulled by every whim, never focused or in command. The strong soul knows their mind is their sole dominion and refuses to let fleeting feelings govern it. They build a fortress within, immovable amid life's tempests. Control your emotions or they'll control you. Master your mind or the world will master you. Choose strength, choose mastery, and become an unshakable force. When anger rises, take 3 deep breaths before acting. Pause, let reason guide, and decide with clarity, not emotion. Chapter 5. Self-respect through self-discipline. The weak self craves validation from others, endlessly seeking approval, attention, and reassurance. It mistakes external praise for self-worth, falling into a trap where value hinges on forces beyond its control. The strong self, however, forges self-respect through discipline, building a character so steadfast that no criticism or rejection can shake it. A person who respects themselves doesn't chase the world's applause. They construct a fortress of integrity rooted in action, not perception. Seneca wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." The weak self squanders time on distractions, scrolling social media, comparing itself to others, chasing likes, or numbing itself with mindless entertainment. It feels inadequate, seeking strangers' approval to fill the void. But the strong self sees through this illusion. They know every moment spent worrying about others' opinions is stolen from their own growth. Instead of chasing validation, they invest in refining mind, body, and spirit through relentless effort. The disciplined soul doesn't beg for attention. They earn respect through their deeds. They don't seek to be noticed, but to be competent, not to be liked, but to be capable. While the weak bend to fit in, the strong stand firm in their principles, unmoved by fleeting trends or judgments. Self-respect isn't found in a bottomless pit of external approval. It's built through unwavering commitment to personal excellence. The strong don't need permission to live as they choose. Their purpose is to be true to themselves, not to please a fickle crowd. A disciplined life commands respect by its presence alone. The strong don't waste words boasting of their strength. They show it. They don't demand admiration. They earn it through dedication and results. True self-respect stems from holding yourself to a higher standard than anyone else could impose. It's forged in quiet moments of discipline, in pushing past limits, in staying true to your values when no one watches. Build a self-respect so deep that others' opinions become irrelevant, and you'll never chase validation again. When you live by this Stoic principle, you break free from external judgment's chains. Your worth isn't tied to likes, comments, or praise. It's self-generated, proven daily through your work, focus, and pursuit of excellence. Respect isn't given to those who plead for it, but to those who embody it. Become someone whose actions speak so loudly that your presence alone demands respect. Eliminate distractions, social media, junk food, idle entertainment. Develop skills that make you valuable. Build daily habits, reading, exercise, deep work, that anchor your self-respect and discipline. Chapter 6. The Art of Endurance. A soul that cannot withstand hardship will never rise beyond mediocrity. Weak individuals falter when challenges arise. They complain, make excuses, and seek escape. But the strong soul endures, recognizing that pain is an essential ally on the path to greatness. They don't chase an easy road, knowing every triumph is built on struggle, perseverance, and relentless effort. The Stoics revered endurance as a core virtue. Epictetus taught, "Don't hope that events will turn out as you wish. Welcome them as they come. This is the way to peace." This isn't passive acceptance, but an active embrace of hardship as a chance to grow stronger. The ability to face difficulty without complaint sets the strong apart from the weak. A person who refuses to yield to adversity forges a mind of steel, thriving under pressure where others collapse. Endurance isn't merely surviving, it's transforming through struggle. Every obstacle becomes a lesson, every setback a test of resilience. The enduring soul doesn't just hold on. They adapt, learn, and evolve, becoming unshakable in pursuit of their purpose. While the weak lament challenges, the strong act. When others avoid pain, the strong embrace it. When the weak seek comfort, the strong choose the harder path, knowing it shapes them into something greater. They see pain not as suffering, but as a toll paid for mastery. The person who endures doesn't break under hardship's weight. They use it as a stepping stone to a higher self. Their body may tire, but their spirit remains steadfast. Their journey may be long, but they never doubt their strength to reach the end. Seek challenges daily to build this endurance. Push your mental and physical limits, craving moments of struggle that force growth. Do what makes you uncomfortable. Learn something daunting. Tackle tasks that test your resolve. The weak self shuns discomfort. The strong self seeks it, knowing struggle sharpens mind and body. Make it your mission to stretch beyond what feels possible. For in pushing your limits, you expand them. Growth thrives in discomfort. Mastery is forged in resistance. Train yourself to stay calm under pressure. In chaos, observe, adapt, and persist. Your composure determines whether you rise or fall. Weak souls panic, reacting emotionally. Strong souls assess with logic, seizing the chance to strengthen mental resilience. Regularly expose yourself to controlled discomfort, situations that test patience or demand clear thinking under stress. When adversity strikes, remind yourself, composure is a choice. While others lose control, maintain yours. Strength lies in stillness, commanding respect through unwavering certainty amid life's storms. Chapter 7. The Power of Solitude. Weak souls dread solitude, fleeing silence to avoid confronting their flaws. They drown in distractions, endless noise, shallow chatter, or fleeting validation. Anything to escape the discomfort of their own thoughts. By shunning solitude, they evade the very process that fosters growth. The strong soul, however, embraces solitude, recognizing it as the crucible where clarity, wisdom, and self-mastery are forged. They don't fear stillness. They welcome it, knowing it's in quiet moments that they refine their purpose. Seneca declared, Nothing to my mind proves a well-ordered soul more than the ability to pause and dwell in one's own company. Being at peace alone, content with your thoughts, marks true inner strength. In solitude, stripped of distractions, you face the raw truth of who you are. It's a mirror reflecting strengths, weaknesses, and the path forward. Without solitude, self-knowledge remains elusive, and without knowing yourself, mastery over your mind is impossible. Solitude is the proving ground of self-sufficiency, where you learn to stand firm without external props. To master solitude is to master your destiny. In these quiet moments, you gain perspective, set intentions with precision, and find clarity that the world's noise obscures. The weak soul, unable to bear solitude, remains lost, dependent on others' approval. But the strong soul, comfortable in their own presence, builds an unshakable foundation. They know their worth without validation, their purpose without applause. They are a fortress, unmoved by trends, unshaken by criticism, walking their path with resolute certainty. A person who cannot be alone has not yet forged a self-worth being with, but one who thrives in silence, at ease with their thoughts, commands their life. They see solitude not as emptiness, but as opportunity to sharpen focus, sculpt their highest self, and strategize their mission. This is ultimate strength, needing nothing from others, yet offering the world abundance from inner resolve. Solitude, this is where you build your kingdom, harden against weakness, and become the master of your fate. In silence, you hear your deepest truths, separating fleeting emotions from enduring desires. A soul that shuns solitude stays lost, ignorant of itself. To become unbreakable, seek silence. To grow strong, embrace solitude, not as loneliness, but as the ultimate tool for self-creation. Greatness isn't shaped in the world's clamor, but in the quiet resolve of one who dares to stand alone. Set aside daily time for reflection. Meditate on your purpose in solitude, free from distractions, and let stillness guide you to an unstoppable self. Chapter 8. Controlling the chaos of the mind. A soul unable to govern its thoughts is prey to every fleeting emotion, impulse, and external sway. Weak minds let their thoughts rule them, dwelling on regrets, obsessing over fears, or sinking into worries. Their choices bend to these chaotic tides, leaving them anxious, erratic, and easily swayed. But the strong soul disciplines their mind, ensuring thoughts serve rather than enslave. They build a fortress within, unshaken by life's turbulence, commanding their focus with unwavering resolve. Mastering your mind means silencing self-doubt, eliminating needless worry, and cultivating inner calm. Thoughts are tools, not tyrants. Just as a warrior hones their blade, the disciplined soul sharpens their mind, training it to think with logic, not emotion. They assess situations with clarity, focusing only on what lies within their control. This mindset grants confidence, unmoved by distractions or chaos, allowing them to act with intent rather than react to the world's noise. A weak mind is a storm of anxiety, regret, and overthinking, trapped in past mistakes, paralyzed by imagined futures. Emotions drive their decisions, making them inconsistent and vulnerable. The strong mind, however, sees thoughts as passing waves on a deeper, steadier sea. They acknowledge them, but refuse to be steered off course. They choose which thoughts to nurture and which to discard, directing their focus with purpose toward goals that matter. A disciplined mind is a powerful force, clear and unyielding. The weak let their mind wander, drifting between impulses and fears, easily distracted and reactive. The strong wield their mind like a laser, channeling thoughts to create, build, and conquer. They know every great achievement begins in the mind before it takes form in the world. Mental discipline isn't optional. It's essential for rising above the ordinary. Without it, you're a puppet of your environment, swayed by distractions and impulses. With it, you shape your destiny, no longer reacting to life, but crafting it with will. An undisciplined mind sabotages you, flooding your thoughts with doubt, fear, and excuses. But a trained mind is your greatest weapon, cutting through obstacles with precision. The strong soul knows thoughts don't define them, actions do. They embrace struggle as the mind's daily workout, eliminating distractions and rejecting negative thinking. Practice mindfulness to observe your thoughts without being consumed. Replace doubts with affirmations of strength and discipline. Strengthen your mind, and no force can shake you. Control your thoughts, and you control your fate. Chapter 9. The Warrior's Mentality. To conquer your weaknesses, you must embrace the mindset of a warrior. Life is a battlefield, and only those prepared mentally, physically, spiritually will prevail. Weak souls shrink from struggle, cowering before hardship, and letting fear define their limits. The strong soul, however, relishes the fight, seeing every challenge as a test of resilience and fortitude. The Stoics revered this warrior spirit, unwavering, unshaken by fear, always ready to meet adversity head-on. A warrior doesn't lament their circumstances. They adapt, overcome, and press forward. They view pain as training, adversity as a sharpening stone. Comfort is the enemy of growth, so they seek situations that test their endurance. While others retreat, they stand firm. While others hesitate, they act. Not reckless, but relentless. They reject the easy path, knowing it breeds weakness. They forge their spirit in struggle, choosing discomfort as the crucible that tempers their resolve. To think like a warrior is to erase retreat as an option. The weak see failure as defeat, a signal to quit, letting setbacks shatter their confidence. The warrior sees failure as feedback, a lesson to hone their craft. Every loss sharpens their skills. Every setback builds resilience. The true battle lies within, against doubt, hesitation, and the lure of comfort. A warrior's will is stronger than any obstacle, their discipline unbreakable, their resolve absolute. They pay the price of greatness daily, without complaint. Victory isn't handed out. It's earned through sweat, sacrifice, and an unyielding mindset. The warrior doesn't wait for perfect conditions. They create them through effort. They don't dream of strength. They forge it until it's their natural state. They don't pray for easier trials, but for greater fortitude to endure the storm. No shortcuts, no reliance on luck, only discipline, endurance, and refusal to yield. The warrior's mentality isn't about a single win. It's about becoming unbreakable, rising each time they fall. A warrior thrives under pressure, trained to embrace struggle. When others make excuses, they act. When others seek comfort, they choose transformation. Pain is their teacher, discomfort their ally, discipline their shield. Their greatest weapon isn't skill or strength, but their refusal to be broken. They endure, adapt, and conquer, advancing where others falter. Train your body and mind. Physical strength bolsters mental resolve. See obstacles as training, not setbacks. Cultivate a mindset that welcomes difficulty, and you'll become unstoppable. Chapter 10. The legacy of strength. A legacy isn't forged in moments of ease, but in the trials you conquer. Weak souls leave behind only regrets, squandered potential, and excuses, living passively in hopes that time will grant them meaning. They fail to see that only discipline, action, and relentless effort carve a lasting mark. The strong soul builds a legacy of resilience, character, and unwavering discipline, living not just for themselves, but as a beacon of strength for those who follow. Seneca taught, "Life is long if you know how to use it." Many waste their years on distractions, indulgence, or hesitation, letting time slip through their grasp. They chase comfort, mistaking it for fulfillment, idleness for peace, lulled by the illusion that tomorrow is guaranteed. But time, once lost, is gone forever. The weak squander it, the strong harness it. A life of discipline, wisdom, and virtue leaves an impact that endures beyond your days, shaping others through the example you set. The strong don't chase fleeting pleasures or superficial validation. They pursue excellence, driven not by others' opinions, but by an inner fire to fulfill their potential. Their legacy isn't measured in wealth or fame, but in the character they forge, the lessons they impart, and the lives they inspire. Every disciplined act, every hardship endured, etches their name into time's fabric. Their influence ripples forward, touching those who come after, ensuring their presence lingers long after they're gone. A disciplined soul fears no end, for they live with honor. They look back not with regret, but with pride, knowing they extracted every drop of their potential. They don't reach life's close, wondering what if. They arrive, knowing I did. Their name endures, not merely remembered, but revered, proof that greatness is built, brick by brick, through relentless effort and unyielding character. Strive to be someone worth remembering. Lead by example, a pillar of discipline and strength for those around you. Never waste a day. Each moment is a chance to sharpen yourself. The path of strength demands sacrifice, discipline, and ceaseless effort. But its reward is a life of unshakable self-respect, mastery, and purpose. You're not here to be ruled by weakness, but to dominate it, to slay the lesser self and forge the greatest version of who you were meant to be. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. Act now. Become the force you were destined to be, and let your legacy echo through time. Chapter 11. The Practice of Gratitude. Weak souls are consumed by what they lack, forever chasing what's missing and blinded by discontent. Their minds dwell on grievances, fueling resentment and excuses that chain them to mediocrity. The strong soul, however, cultivates gratitude, embracing what is with a fierce appreciation that fortifies their spirit. The Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius, taught that gratitude transforms perspective, turning trials into lessons and scarcity into abundance. It's not about ignoring hardship, but choosing to see the value in every moment. Gratitude is a warrior's tool, sharpening the mind to focus on what lies within your control. When life delivers setbacks, a lost opportunity, a harsh word, a plan gone awry, the weak self laments, sinking into self-pity. The strong self pauses and asks, "What can I be thankful for here?" This shift disarms despair, revealing hidden strengths and possibilities. To be grateful isn't to deny pain, but to recognize that even in struggle, there's something to cherish, a lesson, a chance to grow, or simply the breath in your lungs. Consider a moment of failure. A project collapses, or a goal slips out of reach. The weak soul rails against fate, letting bitterness erode their resolve. The strong soul reflects, I'm grateful for this chance to learn resilience, to refine my path. This practice builds an unshakable mind, one that finds purpose in adversity rather than defeat. Gratitude anchors you in the present, freeing you from the past's regrets and the future's fears. It's a daily act of defiance against the weak self's urge to complain. To forge this Stoic habit, begin each day by naming 3 things you're thankful for. Simple or profound, from a warm meal to the strength to face another dawn. When challenges arise, pause to find one element worthy of gratitude, however small. Journal nightly, recording moments where gratitude shifted your perspective. This discipline rewires your mind to seek abundance over lack, fortifying your resolve. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes to meet life's chaos with a steady, grateful heart. A soul rooted in gratitude is unbreakable, unmoved by what it doesn't have, empowered by what it does. This Stoic practice builds not just resilience, but a life of deep fulfillment, where every experience fuels your growth. You're not here to be diminished by want, but to rise through appreciation, crafting a mind that sees wealth in every trial. Act now. Embrace gratitude and let it shape you into a force of unwavering strength, ready for whatever life brings. As we close this journey through the Stoic battlefield, know that the war for self-mastery never ends. Each day you face the weak self, its whispers of doubt, its cravings for comfort, its excuses that chain you to mediocrity. But you are not here to be ruled by weakness. You are here to forge an unbreakable soul, a mind of steel, a legacy that echoes beyond your years. The Stoics, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus, showed us the path. Discipline over impulse, gratitude over lack, action over hesitation. Every challenge you meet, every hardship you endure, every moment you choose strength over ease, carves you into the warrior you were born to be. This is not a path for the timid. It demands relentless effort, a refusal to bow to fear, and a heart that embraces life's trials with gratitude. You hold the power to slay the lesser self, to rise above emotions, distractions, and illusions of time's abundance. Start now. Let this moment be the forge where your resolve hardens. Wake each dawn with purpose. Act before doubt creeps in. And meet every obstacle with the gratitude that transforms pain into growth. Your legacy isn't built in fleeting victories, but in the daily choice to live with virtue, to embody the Stoic ideals of wisdom, courage, and justice. You are the master of your fate, the architect of your strength. Let no excuse, no fleeting emotion, no external judgment sway you. Stand tall, unshaken, and build a life that inspires, a testament to what a disciplined soul can achieve. The world awaits the force you'll become, unstoppable, resolute, forged in the fire of relentless self-mastery. Thank you for walking this Stoic path with Stoic Pulse. If this journey stirred your soul, hit that like button to spread the fire of Stoic wisdom. Subscribe to join our Legion of Warriors and turn on notifications for more lessons to conquer the inner battlefield. Share your thoughts below. Tell us how you'll slay your weak self, or which Stoic principle fuels your fight. Your voice strengthens our community. Check the screen for more videos to deepen your Stoic practice. Until next time, act now, live with purpose, and forge the strongest version of you.